Hello Internet. First and foremost, 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. I am very proud and very pleased, and I have every single one of you, like the Queen. It's like my Jubilee. 1,000 subscribers. Go me. There's been a delay with everything, primarily because I don't really live where the van is anymore. I mean, I rent a room here, but I spend all my time near work, so it's kind of difficult to work on it. But when I am here, like 1 or 2 days a week, I do end up cracking into the old wood stack over here and doing as much as I can. So what I'm about to do is blast through loads of clips of what I've been doing, sort of bits and bobs here and there, and then I'll show you where we are now. So, roll that shit! Now, I appreciate there's loads of new people to the channel, so in case you don't understand what's going on, or you're new to me and you're new to understanding what I'm doing with this whole thing, basically, this is a 1998 Mark II Caddy van. It came with an SDI engine. When I bought it, the SDI engine blew up. It had rod knock. It didn't really work. I used to have an old Audi A3. It had a PD130 engine in the front of it. So I ripped the engine out of the Audi A3 with all the wiring and everything, made everything go in. It would fit, didn't fit at all. Anyway, most recently it then been past an MOT, and then one of my wheels fell off and all kinds of shit went very, very wrong. And basically the whole inside is still caged out. The roof's not done yet because Sam hasn't done that yet, but he hasn't got time. He's a very busy man. It's all right. And the floor is nearly there. It's getting there. Best recap ever. Also, over 50% of my audience is from America. So, howdy. I don't know how to speak American. So, you've all seen the cage that got welded in while it had an MOT. Ceiling is still not done. We've got one ceiling beam going across here, cuts down the side, goes around like that. It's going to go that whole way across. I've started filling all of the channels full of foam, which is wonderful. The floor is pretty much there. These bits haven't been secured down, so don't worry about those. And we're now going to start to fill in the walls, which is hopefully going to be the purpose of today's video. But before we do that, I need to pull this cable out, run some conduit through, and run some conduit through. Splendid. I'm in a situation where I kind of need to start filling up the walls. As you can see there, I've kind of got 2 squares already. They're not foamed in or anything. This side is pretty much untouched, but like this one here that fits in up here and all sorts of bits and bobs like that. Now I've had a bit of an issue, as you've probably seen if you watched like EXO's videos and things like that. He put little tabs on that he could screw the wood to and then screw in, you know, just go on top of that, which is easy. Now I haven't got those tabs, so what I'm going to be doing is I've got some Tech screws, and I'm going to foam behind it, put the board in place, put a bit of baton across the front here, screw here and here, and then screw through the baton into the plywood / MDF, whichever bit of wood comes to hand. Although, before we go any further, I do just want to do a quick resonance test. So let's go from the outside, shall we? I'm going to knock on the side. Just you watch the panel. Look. And then we'll revisit that once either one of the sides is completely foamed up. It's snowing. Although as it turns out, if I cut them well enough, I can tap them flush and then just foam in behind them. I think I'm actually going to focus on this side first, because all of this conduit's run and I want another run of conduit for that side, because the RCAs and speaker cable are going to need to run in different conduits just to make sure they're like hyper insulated from noise. Because can you imagine if this all went together, all the cables run through, all the side was sealed off, the B pillar was all done, and all of a sudden, I think I'd kill myself. It's a week later, let's see how we got on. Oh, didn't see you there. Should you have a look? At the moment, it is a colossal mess. Look at this, it's beautiful. My tape measure's broke, even better, good start. There's foam literally everywhere, all just needs a bit of a tidy up. But we have significant progress. Obviously this side is incompleto, because I ran out of foam. We are several cans deep already. This side still needs all tidying up. Essentially, you can see what I've been doing. Getting the cutting the squares of wood, knocking them in, making sure they're absolutely flush by bolting across the steel uprights, and then that seems to be working just fine. There's a number of problems with the actual heap itself. It's got the wrong gearbox on it. It's only the fourth. This will now be the fourth one. I got an O2J. I need an O2A. The problem is that at the moment, when I'm doing 70 miles an hour in fifth gear, it revs at nearly 3,000 RPM. That's not normal, so I need one with a bigger diff. So I need the ratio to change. Otherwise, I'm just going to burn through the engine in no time, flat. Number 2. You may remember these dodgy old weldy patches on here where there used to be the rear seat restraints. That one's still there, look. I thought I got rid of that. Anyway, what you may be able to see is the outside. Because when they came off, turns out it just ripped a hole straight through. So I need to find a welder, Sam, to come and cut this whole patch out and just weld that back up again properly. And the same on this side, because when I tried to remove this one, don't know how well you can see. Yeah, it's gone well. But in a strange sort of way, I'm pleased that I found out about it now, because if I'd have ripped them off and there was like little pinholes in there and water was getting in, then I'd have been pretty jarred off if I finally had it in and playing and then it started to go mouldy because the wheel arches were spewing up water and it was getting all wet and everything. Right then, best to have a quick tidy up in 3, 2, 1.
Nowadays, nothing really is ice. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on Willie, she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the dome and just whole team here, my need some. Still young, but I move like a veteran. New deal to my lawyer to if you're down in my management, I'm just warming up a way to lie. Old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up, I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me.
This next bit's going to be kind of a funky shape because I'm going to have to angle up to join this, cut out a lip to go that way, so this then carries on this angle the whole way through up here on both sides, but both sides are slightly irregular. So that's going to be fun. Time to crack out the saw of death. Bought a Facebook Marketplace for 30 quid. There is no on-off button. It's been hardwired on. So whenever you plug it in, the blade spins and there's no safety because this does absolutely nothing. The blade's also in back to front. So if you let go of the wood, it hits you in the face. If you're a builder, you'll know about what I'm about to talk about. When you cut a panel with all kinds of, like, there's a 45 degree there, a couple of wedges there, and you've not been able to test fit it, but you've cut the whole thing now, and you don't have the wood readily available to cut it again, you kind of shit your pants, because if it's not right, if it's too small, then you're stuck.
Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please.
So it sits up there, pretty good. But unfortunately, there's a bit of a wedge there and a bit of a wedge there. Oh well. I'm now running out of, well, not running out of light, but it's getting late and children live around here. So I'm going to try and get this front bit cut, slotted in, and then hopefully the floor will be done.
No photos. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos.
Happy days. It's actually gone together pretty well. The gaps aren't too bad. This one lips up to this one quite nicely. Once everything's screwed down, it'll be pretty good. And this one goes over there quite nicely too. Yes, these bits are all screwed up. Obviously when that panel goes in and joins the wheel arch and goes down there, this whole thing will be covered up. So that's not really a worry. It's not a structural problem. I'm not actually going to screw these down or put them in place properly at the moment because we still need to weld all of the metalwork to the ceiling. Now obviously if I do that and then we meld the ceiling, the floor's just going to get burnt to shreds and I don't really want that. So these are still going to be removable. Obviously the under ones will get burnt, but that doesn't, as long as it doesn't actually catch like proper fire, it's not really that big of a deal. So that's kind of that really for today. It's just going to be a quickly thrown together video just to keep everyone updated on where we are. I will be over the coming weeks doing a bit more work to it because show season's coming up, and if I can get this 2-1 this year, it would be nice. This won't be fully in and playing, but I will have, there'll be something back here. It won't be empty, obviously. Even if I just manage to get the whole thing, you know, get the cage in, all the panels on board of that and everything like that, whatever I put in it is going to be ridiculous because it's going to be a massive, like, if I put that box down there in it, it's a 45-to-1 sixth order. Might work. That's going to be the end of it for this one. Remember to do all of the YouTubey things that everyone asks you to do, which is comment, like, subscribe, comment, subscribe, like, and comment. Because if you don't, then YouTube doesn't like my videos and I don't get paid. I don't get paid anyway, but at some point it might happen. Who knows? Have a good day. Look after yourselves. Thank you for watching. I've been Adam. I'm going to eat the camera.